In the last video, we looked at how to filter and split tables based on a group data series. But what if we don't have a group data series already in the data? Like in this case where we just have the voltage and current. Well, in this case, we can create a group data series based on the data that we already have. And we do that by selecting, in this case, the voltage. And we can choose create group data series. And then we get to choose what kind of a group data series we should create. So there are several different options that we'll go through in this video. And first, in this case, we can choose scan. So this works in the way where you have something like a cyclic voltammetry potential that goes up and down, and each time it cycles back, it will increment the scan number. So this is exactly what we got here, and this can then be used for plotting or splitting or filtering the data. Next, we can take a look at this CompuDrive data, which is basically force versus time data. And here I could use the time data series and create different groups based on this data series. So again, I right-click and choose Create Group Data Series. And the very first option is fixed size. This will allow us to create group data series which will have the same number of data points in each. So maybe in this case, I choose 400 points. And here at the end, we get this group, which increments every 400 data points. But as we can see, the time is not spaced out evenly in this measurement. We have more data points in the beginning. And maybe we actually want the group to be the same time in each group. In this case, we can choose, again, create group data series, and we can choose this fixed interval. Here we can choose the interval size. As it says, it will be the same unit as the data series, so perhaps 1000 seconds. Now we can see we get more increments in the group in the beginning and less at the end. But maybe what is more reasonable here is that I want for each step here, I want a new group. So I have, for example, these 4 set points. These are discrete values that are set for each step in this ramp. And if I choose this and create group data series, I can choose to increment on change. This is the next one in the list. So every time this set point changes, the group will be incremented, which is what I want. So then I get a different group every time I change the set point. So we could plot the pressure, for example, and I can split it based on the different groups, and we can see how it looks. So I will call it just group, and based on the color split, and here we can see that the groups are not evenly spaced in time, whereas when I choose the one that is based on 1000 seconds, now every group here is the same amount of time, each of them is 1000 seconds. But the one that is most reasonable, I guess, is when we choose the group based on change in the force set point. Now each of these plateaus is in its own different group. And finally, we have another option, which is to increment on reset. This is maybe reasonable when you have something like this. Here I have several different steps, and we have the time, which starts over from 0 each time there's a new group. So in this case, I would choose the time, create group data series, and I would increment on reset instead. This way, every time there's a new group, it means that the time goes back to 0. This is the time resets, and then the group increments. So that way we get a new group for every time that the time resets. So those are the different options in which you can create group data series. And this can be quite flexible in terms of allowing you to create new group data series, even if you don't have it available in your data from the start.